There we go. We are live. Welcome to the Queen Network. Come on in the room. I'm Jonah Stout. Some call me the Queen of Queens. Welcome. Let's get this party started. And thank you, Michelle. I hope this volume is good. Love this song. He said, what song don't you love? Your love has got me hypnotized. Oh yeah, closer and closer. Over and over. This song is called, you always ask me like, who is that? Who is that? It's called Hypnotic Love by Mesa. I see someone just jumped into the queue. Welcome. I know you have your notifications on because you are always the first one in this. I love it. I have my notifications turned on for people as well. I'm not trying to miss anything. Hey, darling. Let me know if the volume is okay, Makisha. You're making me high. Cast a spell on me when I look into your eyes. I'm wanting you more and more. Baby, you make my heart soar. Make my heart soar. Oh, baby, closer and closer. Hey, yeah, over and over. Sometimes, baby, nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. Thank you, ma'am. I ain't going nowhere. That's what you say to your king when he's upset with you. I said that today. I said, I ain't going nowhere. Y'all better learn how to use that feminine essence. I'm attracted to your energy. Stronger than the force of gravity. Hey, I know, right? Hope y'all ready for this discussion. I am. Doing some invites here for those that don't have their notifications turned on. I know it's a lot of stuff coming at us these days. It's okay. I love her. Absolutely. Absolutely love her. I'm going to play just a little bit more of it. Another minute, and then we're going to get started. Oh, yeah. Closer and closer. Over and over. Hey, Queen Tanisha. Welcome into the room. It says, welcome to the Queen Network. Hi, Sharon from Atlanta. We got Houston,
Atlanta, and I believe Lakeisha, North Carolina. Did I get North Carolina or South Carolina? I think North Carolina, right? Oh, I love that part.
Baby, I can feel it when you're standing next to me. I'm attracted to your energy, stronger than the force of gravity. Hey, you're making me high, cast a spell on me when I look at you, your eyes.
North Carolina, yeah.
I'm wanting you more and more. Baby, you make my heart soar. Make my heart soar. Oh, baby, closer and closer. Hey, yeah, over and over. Sometimes, baby, nowhere, nowhere, nowhere.
Sing, girl, sing. This song is called Hypnotic Love. Kind of goes with my flow tonight with the message. Yeah, let's get started, ladies. I'm attracted to your energy. I love it. She's got another song on here that's right behind this that says Living in My Dreams. Guys, you need to listen to the words in that song. I liken it to meditation because she's talking about the things that she sees, the things that she wants. She wants what she's attracting, what it is that she desires. The song is called Living in Your Dreams. But yeah, it's amazing. She is amazing. Her name is Mesa. You can find her on Facebook, Mesa Leak, Leak. She is amazing. She does kitchen karaoke every Sunday night. I love to work with her. I save her lives, and I work with them because her songs I can work while she sings. There are other songs that have to work with instrumental music, but I can work while her music because it's got a different kind of vibe. So let's get started. Now, welcome to the Queen Network, and for those of you that are going to be joining us via the replay. Go ahead and type replay in there, and everyone let us know where you're logging in from. I'm going to start with this. The reason why this subject is what it is tonight, ladies, is because I received a message on Facebook. I posted, let me get back over here first. See if I can. I posted a message, and here's what it says. It says, a man's place of strength is in his position. A woman's power is her wisdom. The two combined can change the world. That's the title of this Facebook Live tonight. And I received a message from my friend Michelle out of DC. Can't wait to see you soon. She and I met somebody. TQN is saying, are you live now? Okay, let me see if I can. Yes. Hold on. Yeah. Yes, on Facebook, ladies. Okay, all right. That's Bermuda. Okay. So I received this note, a response to the message from Michelle, and I want to read it to you because it has some content in here that I want to go over. And then I want to tell you what happened. After I had that conversation with her, I just started talking out loud. And in this season, I'm going to encourage you guys to do the same. In this season, whenever I start doing that, I'm talking out loud, I'm hearing from God, and I'm talking out loud. I hit my recorder on my phone. And so here's what she said. Her response to the message was, this resonates. Can you say more about what is meant by position? And then she says, and then I said to her, hey, Queen, absolutely. Both the king and the queen have roles, and they are purposefully designed to fit with God's plan and purpose in mind as a couple. I have to say that first. And then I said, now, with that being said, his power position as provider, protector, and even a covering, now as the helper or as the helpmeet. Okay, the message just threw me off, guys, sorry. As the helper or as the Bible states, help meet. She knows how to use her God-given power with wisdom to not only, come on. Okay, to not only be his peace, but to be his wisdom as well. And so she said, Jonah, yes, with exclamation point. I feel this so deeply. The man I'm in a relationship with is so this way, and I love that I can rely on his strength and power, and he is so open to and seeks out my wisdom. Girl, it is magic, she says. I'd love to hear more about it to learn how I can strengthen this dynamic in our relationship. I think that's absolutely amazing that she's discovered that this early in her relationship. So now here's what I have to say. She and I will see more and more in the conversation. Let me see what, oh, wait, I think I left out something. Girl, it is magic. I'd love to hear more about it to learn how I can strengthen this dynamic in our relationship and learn how I can be his peace and amplifier more and more and in a conscious way, because that's what I told her she would have to be. Okay. And then, of course, I said, I got you, darling. Facebook Live coming right up. And here we are. So that's why we're here tonight, because of that response. I posted something out there this week. And here's what happened after she and I had that dialogue. I just started having a conversation, like I said earlier. And usually when I do that, I hit the record on my phone and it turned into a message. And I thought tonight what I was going to do is I was going to listen at that message. I was going to take my notes off and I was going to teach it from the audio. But I didn't feel led to do that. I'm going to let you hear how God gave it to me. So I recorded it. I'm going to play it for you. And then I'm going to come back. And then we're going to have just a small discussion. And I'm opening for Q&A. Now, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm going to say. As I'm talking, guys, I'm going to suggest that you have pen and paper, because you may have some questions about something that I say. Or the way I say it, or the content in which, guys, I need to put this on. I need to put this on mute. And so that I'm going to go back through the questions if you have questions, okay? And even during the replay, guys, put your questions in there. Anytime anyone hits my Facebook Live, I get a notification. So I'll see it eventually and I'll come back and I'll answer it. But I love this topic. I absolutely love this topic. I bring 43 years, 2 marriages, 43 years into this arena. And so there are a lot of things that I absolutely know about from experience. The rest of it is the Word of God. The remaining of it is the Holy Spirit. And so for whatever reason, God has me in this lane. I fought it for a minute because it is a little uncomfortable to have your personal life in this way out there, but it's what God wants. It's what the kingdom needs. God gave me a word several months ago, and it was called repairing the kingdom. And he said, my kingdom needs repairing for the simple reason that the king, and I need to start with the king and the queen. He said, because the foundation of the marriage has been broken. And what's happening, and you'll hear this on the audio, is that what's happening is that the enemy is using that relationship to divide the two individuals. Ultimately, that impacts the kingdom in their home. Okay, so now you got the kids impacted because you've got this crack in the foundation back here called the king and queen in their marriage. So now you got the home impacted, you got the children impacted, and because we are the church, you got the church impacted. And so God is telling me, he said, I need the kingdom has to be repaired. So the message, the supporting message behind this, the foundation behind this is to repair the kingdom of God, beginning with the king and the queen. Okay. And so one of the things I want to say while I'm getting ready to pull this audio up is when I communicate, anytime you see me on a Facebook Live and I start talking in depth about relationships and how they should be interacting with each other, whether it's sensually, whether it's sexually, whether it's emotionally, mentally, etc., I want you to know that I am not speaking in the terms of girlfriend and boyfriend. That is not in the Bible. Okay. I am speaking to the king and the queen. Now, if you are not yet in that position, you can take this information and basically be prepared, because I have a lot of marriage ready believers in this group. Okay. So, but when I'm communicating to that union, the union that God put together in Genesis and the purpose in which he did so. Okay. So I'm going to start this, and hopefully, ladies, let me know if it comes out. Michelle has asked me to expound on something that I put out on social media about the man. Let me know if the volume is okay. And the woman's power. And I said I'm going to have to start it off like this. The message the people who are listening to the message have to know that this process is for the king and the queen.
It's not for a girlfriend and a boyfriend because, Queen, we don't give wife
Is the sound okay?
On a girlfriend salary.
Ooh, we don't give wife benefits on a girlfriend salary.
So know that when I'm talking and I'm talking about the male and the female and I'm giving you all these instructions, I'm not talking to you as a girlfriend, and now I don't even know what that is. That is not even in scripture. That's a worldly term for somebody who has decided to connect with somebody else, and that's your label for it. But that's not ordained by God. It is not sanctioned by God. So I don't know whatever you want to call it. I'm not judging. I'm just stating the fact that when I communicate, because here's the thing. Yes, I come across very sensual. I am a sensual being. Women are meant to be sensual. That pin-up stuff you got on the inside of you, and then some of you are bound because of past relationships. If your sensuality of your femininity has taken a hit like mine had, then it's because of life situations, not because you weren't created that way. Every woman has this sensual side of her. That's why you see a little bit of it when you go get your hair and your nails done. You go get your hair done. You ever go and get your hair done and, I think and your makeup too. Don't get them both done at the same time and then get them a something. Man, you walk out of there like you're on a cloud. There is something on the inside of a woman when she is put, because she's sensual, she's feminine, she's soft, she's all of that. But what happens is a man can see us in all our sensuality and he's very attractive. But then we open up our mouth and the masculine side of us begin to speak. And that's something we really need to work on. Not to the part where, you got to be careful. You can connect with men that, you're just being assertive. You're not being masculine. You're just being assertive because of your belief and so forth. But your wisdom, which is your power, will tell you, you know what? I believe this, but this is probably not the time for me to get into it. But God will give you the time to do that. But getting back to the sensual side, I embrace that. I love the way that makes me feel. Because what happens, I could take care of myself. A lot of you in this room, and you hear women say, I don't need a man. That is a crock. Oh, I need my man. Because I have a lot of responsibility as a kingdom leader. He respects that. He nurtures that. In fact, he pushes me. And he feeds that, okay? So that I can continue to grow in that. I'm not trying to be all of that when I come home and I'm with him. He is my king. I am that soft, sensual, vixen kid, whatever he need me to be. And I love doing it because it's a space of me that has to be fed and nurtured as well. I get the best of both worlds. I get to go out here and shoo, shoo, the enemy's camp, and then I come back and go, meow. It's the best of both worlds. It's the best of both worlds. But we've been taught that we can't do both, or we think that it's a weakness if we serve him in that way. But it's not. It's serving you too. But here's what I want to say about this whole sensual piece and wisdom and all this. This gets me. This just gets me fired up because I believe that this is an area that the enemy has fought against the king and the queen for a long time. Because if we ever figure this out, God gave me a word. He said, the kingdom is in need of repair. So you'll see hashtag repairing the kingdom out there for me sometimes. And that's because I'm in that flow, God speaking to me. He said, there's a crack in the foundation. What is the foundation? It's the relationship of the king and the queen. Because if the king and the queen is like this, what you think is going to happen to the kingdom? The kingdom may be their household. The kingdom may be the purpose that they've been called to. And then the purpose is connected to the overall kingdom. So he starts way back here. Ooh, that's so good. He starts way back here. And say, I gotta put a divide in this. That's why you got, well, first of all, you got people who aren't supposed to be together.
Because God puts a man and a woman together for purpose, not for looks, not because he fine, she fine, not because we went to school together, not because we love sports. That is not on his agenda. When he created you, he created him. And he said, when this person gets this age and this person, they're going to come together because I need them to do this. This part of the kingdom, feed the end time, blah, blah, blah. Because everything in the Bible has to play out. So everybody has a role. So the man that has been created for me and me for him, we play a part. But that part is us together. So what happens then, we usurp authority. And we go out and we in a club somewhere, we like, yeah, you fine, hey. And the next thing you know, you in something you created. And sexual energy is powerful. Don't underestimate it. I didn't say sensuality. I said sexual. Sexual energy is very powerful. Sensual energy is something else because it comes from a deeper place. It's not about the act itself. There's a serving and in the pleasure of being sensual okay? So there's something on the inside of you that because you were created for each other, there is a powerful force that is like bringing you together. It's like a magnet, like the magnet is in the middle and that magnet is God. And he has a purpose for the two of you together. And so as he brings you together, he's already got the plan mapped out. But we do have an adversary. And you see the repercussions of the adversary's plan. The woman saying, I don't need no man. The man saying she thinks she this, that, and the other thing. And it's just this tug of war. It's this tug of war. You know. Some people got it right. But I have to say this as well. Some people got it half right. Because some people are in marriages of 20, 30, 40, and 50 years, and they don't have the type of marriage that God intended. And how you know that is if you're not being fulfilled. I didn't say nothing about happy, and you can't be happy every day, everything. Y'all stop that crap. That's justification. God meant for you to go to sleep in peace, wake up in peace, and live your life in unprecedented joy every day. Every single day, no matter what life throws at you. And when you got a mate, you should be doing it together. He comes home, he's taking a hit in the business and the money. Be his peace. Don't jump in that thing with us. He can probably be, because he's feeling the pressure of that thing. You already know his buttons to push. Don't push the wrong ones, because all that's going to do is drive him nuts. And it's going to close his heart towards you. Oh, God. And that's something you don't want to happen, because when a man opens his heart towards you, he starts telling you the things that are dear to him, that hurt him, that matter to him, and so forth and so on. He's trusting you with his heart. That's how you know he loves you. Because a man can be with you, give you money, sex, and time, does not mean that he's in love with you. But when he starts sharing you his secrets, the things that can keep him up at night, and why is it? Because he trusts you with his heart. Don't turn around and use it against him. Use it to inspire him so that he can be all that God has called him to be. Because it's a win for you too. You know, I've heard these terms and I've latched on, because I don't mind using other people's terms, because the words are in the dictionary, but I love it when people give words meaning that align with my feelings. Because when somebody starts saying quality man versus a basic man, a basic chick versus an asset or a quality woman, I like the word quality because I think people understand it. I think when we use asset, people may not understand it. But I love the whole thing about when I heard someone use asset woman, I was like, yeah, I like that. Because it will have a woman to look at herself in a certain way to know that of what she brings to him. And it's not money. It's not, because some of us in the past have lacked self-esteem. We we don't think that who we are is good enough. Meaning, and that's why we go in with stuff like I can cook, I can clean, I can lay him out in the bed, da 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 da. That's not in totality what an asset woman is. You ever wonder why some men, if you watch a movie, you may not know anybody, it may not be the circles you run in, but let's say you're watching a movie and you saw this very wealthy man, and he just connects with this woman. She just gives him all the feels, and there may not be any sex going on. Maybe not, but I've seen somewhere it's not even any sex going on. You know why? There is something about her feminine essence that when he brings her into his space, it inspires him. If maybe this has never happened to you, but a man will tell you, if you inspire him, a man will tell you, when I get off the phone with you, you make me want to leap through a wall, jump over a wall, and I can go make $50,000 in a meeting. That's the power that you have. And it's not sexual. Sex is a part of the equation because he needs it. And you want it. Okay? So, yes, it's a part of the equation, but it's not that thing that sends him out into the world to do what it is that God called him to do, and that's to provide. And with that, his whole role is provider, protector, and visionary. He has vision, and you're there to support and help that and grow that vision. And sometimes, and I believe that the challenge with the alpha female is she doesn't know how to move through her space. She doesn't know how to move through her role. During the day, she's a boss. She's visionary. But you have to understand your role gets shifted the moment you step back over into this space and you become his helpmate. Now he's the visionary and you're to support that vision. Not to say that you can't expound on it or you can't bring ideas. That's not what I'm saying. But God is holding him accountable and him responsible for the leadership of that household. That's the way he carries. So how do you help him carry that? How do you help him carry that? You help him carry that during the good times. You enjoy it. You find things that you like to do. You connect. Here's one thing I think women need to do for men, for their king. They need to listen. And there's nothing wrong with you asking, what is it that you need? Now, I've asked this question before, and here's the list that I got. Y'all want the list? I know you do. And then, okay, so I'll give it to you. But remember, this list is for a queen, not a girlfriend. So, you have this list. It's one thing to have the list. It's another thing to know how to use the list. And I'm hoping to be able to do, some workshops or something. If I did some workshops, would y'all come online and attend to get the information? Because there's no way I can do all of this. Because let's just say I just talked about each one of the items on the list. Each one of the items on the list is a subject all in itself. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about when it comes to the post that I put out there. I said a man's strength is in his position. It's what God has called him to do. That's where he's strong. He can. The reason why there's some things that's out of balance. I talked about the repairing of the kingdom. God never meant for you to be a single mom. There are widows and such in the Bible. They're being taken care of. They don't even take care of themselves. They're supposed to, the Bible talks about taking care of the widows and the orphans. There's no girlfriends in the Bible. There's no single moms in the Bible. That's all coming out of the enemy coming into this whole process. How do we correct that? First of all, if you are a single mom, and you should desire marriage because you were just born to serve and to give and to nurture and to help. And yes, you are a boss.
But there is something on the inside of you that longs for that strength, that power, that him taking charge. I have a statement, and I've said this before. There's nothing like a man calling you on your stuff in a very respectful way, because you do have weaknesses. And there is nothing like him calling you on your stuff, and the only thing you can say is, that was hot. I like the way you handled me. I mean, that in itself yes, it's a sensual response, but it also lets him know, I'm not beyond being corrected. Because that's part of his role too, is to nurture you and to help mature you in the thing. Because remember, he's the head. He can't take you anywhere he hasn't been. That's why a lot of you kingdom women, you struggle because you don't have kingdom men. He can't teach you what he doesn't know. He can't take you where he hasn't been. I tell you, there is nothing. I seen something once before that's super, super powerful. There is nothing more powerful than your king reading the word of God to you. It will touch your soul. Touch your soul. And you turning around and having that conversation about God's word and expounding on it. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. And so when you get to that point, that's what I mean by you're unstoppable and all of that. Because it just generates an energy that just cannot be controlled. So whatever it is that God has called you to do as a couple, you can stick a fork in it, baby. It's done. And you're going to enjoy your life in the process. There is nothing more rewarding. I close your eyes. I want you to picture this. God has given you your creation. God has given you that creative spouse to you. And you guys are married. And you have this, you know your purpose. And that's another thing. You have to know your purpose before you connect with the spouse. Because the worst thing in the world is to connect with a man and be 10 or 15, 20, 39 years into the marriage and wake up with the wrong dude. Now you got a decision to make. Do I sacrifice the purpose or do I sacrifice the marriage? One of them got to go because the two of them cannot coexist. This one is going to repel this one, and this one's not going to move with this one. So you might as well take a step back and find out who the heck you are. What has God called you to do? Because I guarantee you, whatever he's called you to do, there's a man that's supposed to be connected to you, and y'all got that same vein. Y'all got that same lane. You complement one another in that purpose. That's how God works. He didn't pull Eve out of Adam, say, okay, he alone. Let me find him a woman, just so he can have sex and create kids. No. They had an assignment, and it was a garden assignment before everything went to pot. And even that was Adam's fault, because if he had been in the role that he was supposed to be in, I'm still kind of unpacking this, because I'm thinking, where was there was a level of trust and commitment or something to Adam for her to be tricked up by the enemy. Even to the point where I thought about this. I said, God, if she'd have just said, hold on a second. My husband said, and if she took his word, if she trusted the word from her king over anybody else, even if she didn't understand it, she'd have looked at the serpent and went like, well, Adam told me last night that I wasn't supposed to eat from the tree, and he said da-da-da-da-da. Oh, surely you're not going to, well, I don't know, but he told me, hold on a minute, just hold on a second. Back. You told me that so-and-so and so-and-so, this snake is telling me that if we don't eat, so why didn't she go back to him? Why did she immediately eat the apple without him being in the present, without him being connected? Something happened there. So I'm saying, let's not be Eve in that moment. If he say, I don't want to do this right now, I think we should do this right now, but then you go out and somebody tell you, oh, you can get this deal and you can get this car, you can do this. Well, no, babe, look, this man told me that I could. No, babe, because this is what we. That's all I'm saying, guys. Let's not be Eve in that moment. Because if she had gone back to Adam and said, babe, this serpent, this snake said, if we eat, this is what's going to happen, babe. What you think? They bouncing things off each other. They don't move without agreement with one another. Somewhere between Adam and Eve, they lost agreement. And I don't know what happened, but number one, she should have gone back to him. But there should have been something that Adam connected with her in that would have made her do that. Because there's something about a male and the female. It's like when he speaks to your spirit, when he speaks to your soul, it's like, I felt that. I don't quite understand it, but I felt that. So when somebody else outside comes against that, you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't quite understand what Bay said last night. But he said, oh, eat from that tree, but let me ask him. There's something on the inside of us ladies that we fight to take control. Or we fight to be right. Or we fight to be heard. What's the fight? Why fight? This life that God created for us as male and females and how we're supposed to dwell together is supposed to be a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of purpose being done. And that's why I believe God told me, he said, Jonah, you will go to sleep in peace. You'll wake up in peace. But in the midst of it, you will live your life in unprecedented joy. That's the abundant life. That's kingdom living. So good, God. So good.
Y'all still there? Y'all still there? Are y'all still there? Are y'all still there? Yeah, I was going to try to reteach that. I was like, nah, I'm just going to give it to you the way God gave it to me. So I want to say this before I wrap everything up, and I'll go back through here in a second and see if there are any questions. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was the different roles. We have to understand the roles of the male and the female, the king and the queen. Again, I'm not talking girlfriend and boyfriend. Understand that part, okay? You have to know your role. I know a lot of us came into relationships, came into the marriage. We had no idea what our role was. We had no idea what his role was. So how could we coexist the way God wanted us to, right? So we're talking provider, protector, being able to cover you. And you guys hear me using that word a lot. Can he cover you? Can he be that space where maybe that's a weakness for you? Maybe you're weak in your emotions. Maybe you're weak in finances. But can he cover you in any area? I travel a lot. I travel all over the world. Can he cover you in prayer? You got a man that don't like to pray. Woman like me, I'm going to be like, okay, I got a problem. All right. He's a visionary. What kind of vision does he have for the family? Okay. He's a nurturer. This is something that I recently found out like a couple of years ago. And even recently last year, was that the role of the man, and that's why God held Adam responsible for what Eve did. God held Adam responsible for what Eve did. He did not hold Eve responsible because God gave the vision and God gave the word to Adam. So what happened that Adam didn't nurture her in such a way that she could trust him and say, I'm not believing anybody else other than what he's saying to me. And so as a nurturer, your king recognizes your weakness, but he can cover your weaknesses without hurting you in that. He knows how to cover you, and he knows how to basically take that thing to the next level without hurting you. And what happens? You grow in the process. Okay. You grow in the process, and that's his role. All right. And as the helper, you're to get in there, undergird, support, and all of that. But one of the things I wanted to touch on, and you use wisdom in all of that. That's what I wanted to bring out. You use wisdom in all of that. God gave me something. I didn't bring it upstairs, but I was on a webinar with Bishop T.D. Jakes last night, and I may put it out on the page because I think I left it downstairs. But God gave me something last night about just because he said I think he said just because a man is quiet doesn't mean what we always think it means. Sometimes a man can be afraid, and that will cause him to be quiet. I'll put it out there the way God gave it to me. But sometimes your king is afraid. There's something going on. Maybe it's too, and then I got a picture that I need to share with you guys too. I'll drop it in the comment section, that you'll ask him how things are going. And he says, I'm fine. Everything is just fine. But there's something else going on in his head. Can I hold this up? Will the family go down because of this decision I'm about to make with the business? He has all these questions going on in his head. All I'm saying is be his peace. Be his peace. And I'm going to go get to that in a second. And then we're going to close out because I don't want these to be long. But just because a man is quiet doesn't mean he doesn't want to speak to you. Okay? You're going to have to learn him and know that maybe something happened at work and so forth and so on. And you have to know when and when not to communicate. Okay? But be his peace. And I wrote down here, type of marriage God intended. Marriage has a purpose. This is not just two people coming together to procreate. There should be a purpose in this couple coming together. Okay. And so what happens is the woman discovers her purpose, or the man discovers her purpose. And then, like I said in the audio, you wake up with the wrong dude and the wrong chick. You wake up with a basic chick who may just, okay, you make a lot of good money, so I'm going to help you spend it, but I'm not going to help you take. I said this the other day, he may be that 500,000, that $500,000, that 200,000 guy. But if you are an amplified woman, you are an asset woman, you're going to be able to take that 500,000 and turn it to $1 million. You won't be that basic chick who don't know how to get in there, give ideas, give wisdom, so forth and so on. And yes, I have the list, but guys, the list is going to take me about 45 minutes to go through. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach a class on this and bring the list out, so I'll be able to expound on each one of the lists. And this list is from the king. Okay. So I'll be able to go through that. Now, the other thing is very important. I'm also getting ready to do a web class on this. You have to know your purpose before you get into a union with a king, because you do not want to wake up one day with the wrong person. I said this the other day and I fell out laughing, guys. I laughed so hard I was crying. I said, you wake up 10 years into the marriage with somebody else's king because he ain't yours. It don't fit. He going in one direction, you going in another direction, and y'all trying to figure out why y'all clashing, because you don't belong together. You met at a club, you got whatever on the dance floor, you had a good night, and he cute, and you cute, and next thing you know, we 10 years and a baby into this thing, and now, and then you find yourself, and maybe you get saved and rededicated your life, and all that's going on, and all of a sudden you wake up to you going over here, and like you're so happy, oh my God, I just stepped into my purpose, and he's like, but I want to do this, because you didn't discover that before you connected. Okay. Under be his peace, when I talk about be his peace, a lot of it is language and timing. Ladies, we use a lot of words. They can't stand it. We need to dial some of the words back. Now there are some men, and I tend to work with those kind of men. They're very intellectual. They use a lot of words when me and me. So I can go to lunch with somebody like that and we have an intellectual conversation, but not all men are like that. Okay. So you need to know your man. If it takes you 10,000 words to get a thought out, you may want to dial that back down to a few, because men are bottom liners. Okay. We go through all these steps and steps. I'm a project manager, so I definitely have to be careful with that, because I'm into tasks. I'm like step 1, step 2, step 3. And that's the way I communicate. And so that can get a little overbearing for a man who's like, can you just get down to when the project is due? Okay. So I have to work on that. That's one of my weaknesses. And then I said, listen. The reason why I say the word listen is because a man will tell you what he likes, what he don't like, and you do the same thing. And so, guys, remember, I'm talking to the women. I'm not saying this shouldn't happen both ways, but I'm talking to you, because a lot of you are in position where you are ready to move into that lane, or you're already married and you're struggling, or you may not be struggling, but it's just not that fire that you want. A lot of it is because you just haven't connected in the right way, right? So I say listen, because you know what his bad what you call push points are. But do you know what his good ones are? Like if you could you go buy something right now and know that his face is going to light up because he said something one day, he didn't think you were listening. You did, and you went and you got it, and you gave it to him. And he was like, oh, babe, You know, that type of thing. All right. I'm going to say this. I heard this before and I latched on to it and I've never forgotten. It says, when a woman blesses a man, I mean, there's just nothing else he can do but bless her back. He's gone to bless her back. And how he blesses her is because he pays attention to the things that she likes and loves. He keeps a mental note of that. That's a quality man, not a basic man. A quality man is all about serving, not saving, and not attaching. He's serving. A quality woman is all about serving. So everybody's worrying about the other person, which means now you're trying to outserve one another. So all of a sudden you say, oh man, you're looking at a commercial. You say, oh, that is so beautiful. Next thing you know, he walking through the door with it because he heard you. So do the same thing for him. You know, oh man, I'd like to take 2 days and do such and such and such. And you guys in that bracket, you can do that. And you say, babe, when's the next couple of days you have off? Oh yeah, I want to plan a trip for us. Let me just do. Yeah. And he said, yeah, go ahead. And then you do it in the place that he wished he could have gone off to. I'm saying, listen. Okay. Listen to what he likes. I think that's it without going into the list. Yeah, and I'm going to close it with this statement and then I'll go back. And I said, be more mate, M-A-T-E, aware. Be more mate aware than me aware. And then I want you to ask the question, if you got married today, or if you're married and you're listening to this playback, what is it like being married to you? I want you to look in the mirror and say, what is it like being married to me? And what would that response be like? Okay. I got some other stuff here, but this is really more for husbands and that type of thing. But I just wanted to get that out primarily because Michelle asked me to do so. I'm very excited about the relationship that she's in. And here's the thing that really stuck out to me from her was that she said, I love being connected to the power and the strength that's in this man. Why is that? Because that's not us, guys. It's not that we can't be powerful and we can't be strong when we have to. We are when we're running our businesses and things like that. But that's not the role that we were supposed to play in the relationship. That's one reason why you long for it. And then when it goes away, you're hurt because you long for it. There's something on the inside of you that needs that power and that strength. Eve was called to support Adam, not just take over the garden, and cause all of humanity to go down the She came in and wrecked the whole thing for everybody. Okay. So I am going to kind of scroll through this a little bit. Guys, did you get something out of that tonight? Let me see. Tanisha said, you're helping somebody today. Honey, I hope I'm helping a whole lot of people. I know I help myself. So, guys, okay, I don't see any questions. Help increase. Yeah, Joanne, because that's what we were called to do. If you realize the responsibility of Adam had been given by God. And Eve was just supposed to come and help him to undergird what he was already doing. Not come in and take over, not create her own plan and usurp God's authority. She was supposed to come in and help and take it to the next level. That's what she was supposed to do. That's what asset women do. And this whole thing about you got to bring money to the table. It's got to be a 50-50. That's been going around a lot. That's been a big discussion in some of the chats I've been in. And we're like, no, that's not what this is about. Because if a quality man don't need your money. He doesn't. He doesn't need your money. That's not what he's after. He is not after your money. And somebody say sex. No, he's not just after that. Does he need it? Absolutely. But that's not why men will bring women in and just have them be there for money, sex. That's not it. It's something about her that inspires him to be great. So he gets that feeling every time he's around her. He's like, I want her around all the time. Now, a quality man, even with your weaknesses, he's going to cover your weaknesses. You know why? Because he's not trying to lose you. He knows that if he push you back out on the market and you connect with the right quality man, you're gone. So he is trying to make sure that you are taken care of. I was on a webinar the other day, and the guy was saying this. He said, my wife just don't know how much power she has over me. I was like, you better go, queen. She just don't know how much power she has over me. Say this woman get, I can talk to her and I can tell her things, and then she expounds on those ideas, and I go out and I make the money. She come home, it's a brand new car in the driveway, and she like, babe, what's going on with the new car? Babe, I had to give you something. I had to give you something. So that's the role. We serve one another and everybody wins. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sharon. All right. So that's it for me, guys. For those of you that are listening to the replay, I would love to hear your comments, your questions, and so forth. I think that was it. TQN VIP, we have launched. And so we are setting up the page for you to bring you guys in. I'm moving very swiftly now because right now the market, there are a couple of us, we've been doing some investing and doing some things, and I want to do an investment 101 classes. Here's what I want to show you. I want to show you how to watch the news. I want to show you how to dissect the news and how to get what you need out of it rather than sitting there going, oh my God. And trust me, we are all praying and we are all in agreement that God comes in, and I don't know about you, but I got the blood of Jesus over my doorpost, and I know you guys do as well. We are praying for the frontliners. We are praying for those that are in the hospital. But God gave me a word a week and a half or so ago. He said, don't be distracted. Be prepared. So I don't care if it's 1 share or 5 shares or 1,000 shares. Everything's on sale. And here's what I want to say about this too. It's funny how the Friday after Thanksgiving, we'll go out or get online and spend money we don't have. Why we do that? Or money, I won't say we don't have it. We'll go on and buy stuff that has been designated for other things or that we don't necessarily need, right? But all of a sudden now the market is on sale and you get to play. Because a stock that was out of your reach 2 months ago is now within your reach. The amount of money that we're paying on stock right now, I spend more than that. 2 people going out to dinner. Come on, somebody. So now I get to play. My girlfriends and business partners, we get to play. Okay. And so I want to share some basic things with you. So that's going to be my first web class. All right. Because we need to do it and we need to do it now. And the second web class is going to be on purpose. I just believe that before you connect, some of you, because I've been asking God, where are your mates? Because I pray for you guys. Most of you are single. So I'm asking God, where are your mates? God says, where is their purpose? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. I'm not saying it's prophecy, but I'm willing to bet the day you step into purpose is the day the door is going to open and you're going to attract the person that God has created for you. Because if he does it now, you're just going to mess it up because you don't know who you are. Or the enemy can send you a counterfeit and you won't know it because you don't know who you are. Okay. So hopefully you guys benefit from that. Thank you so much. Yeah, God is up to something, honey, and we need to be a part of it. Oh, I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to be a part of it for sure. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. A little bit different, but I want to thank Miss Lady for Miss Michelle. I know she'll be listening to the playback. I want to thank her for bringing this to me. It's something I've been focused on. And so anyway, let's get out of here. And guys, thank you for joining me tonight. This is all about you, queens. Okay, it's all about you. It's all about me. It's all about us being in our purpose for God. But this was about the Queen Network in the area of relationships. Finance is coming. Okay? But this is about you getting in the right space, mentally, emotionally, and all of that, so that you can attract what it is that you want. Guys, have a great night. Love you. You say you ready to learn? I know, right? I'm ready too. Guys, have a great night.